My name is Aisha, and I don't have a tragic love story. I have a real one. One that starts like a fairy tale and ends in silence. I met him when I was 22, fresh graduate. Still believed in small things, handwritten notes, promises under the stars, eyes that don't lie. He had all of those. His name was Horace. Kind smile, gentle voice. A man who listened, or so I thought. We got married the next year. I wore a red sari. My mother cried. He held my hand like I was the only thing he had prayed for. And for a while, I believed that. Mornings began with his coffee. Nights ended with his stories. On weekends, we cooked together. Sometimes we fought over stupid things, toothpaste caps, late replies, forgotten dates. But we always found our way back. Until slowly, I started noticing the silence. Not loud, not cruel, just quiet. He came home late. He smiled less. He looked at his phone more than he looked at me. I asked once, "Is there someone else?" He laughed, hugged me, said, "You've been watching too many dramas." And I laughed too, because I wanted to believe him more than I wanted the truth. But truth has a way of knocking, even if you keep all the doors shut. One night, he forgot to lock his phone. And curiosity? It's a dangerous thing when you already know the answer. There she was. Her name. Their messages. Photos I had never seen. Words he had once told me, now sent to someone else. My hands didn't shake. My tears didn't fall. I just sat there looking at the screen, reading everything over and over again, as if repetition could turn lies into honesty. He came home. I didn't scream, didn't throw the phone, didn't cry. I looked at him and said, "How long?" He paused, then sat down and said, 2 years. 2 years. While I made dinner, while I washed his clothes, while I waited for him at the window every evening. He loved someone else. He said it wasn't serious, that it meant nothing, that it was just emotional confusion. Funny how men name betrayal like it's a temporary illness. He said, "Let's fix this." But something in me had already cracked, not shattered, just changed. I stayed for 2 more months. Not for him, for myself. I watched him become a stranger in the same house. I watched how easily he lied with soft eyes. And one morning, while he was in the shower, I packed my things. And I left. No letter. No goodbye. Just a silence that weighed heavier than any scream. People asked, "What happened?" And I said, "He loved someone else. And I chose to love myself." They said I was strong. But I wasn't. I was tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of waiting. Tired of loving someone who had already left in every way except physically. Now I live alone. Small apartment. Quiet mornings. Loud music when I cook. Sometimes I look in the mirror and still see the woman who once waited by the door, hoping he'd come home with love in his eyes. But now, I don't wait. And if I could tell every woman who's ever been lied to, cheated on, made to feel less than, I'd tell her this. You're not weak for staying. You're not bitter for leaving. You're not broken because someone else couldn't see your worth. You are not the fire that burned. You are the silence that rebuilt. And me? I didn't burn. I waited. And then I walked away. Not to escape him, but to finally return to myself. Subscribe to hear more stories like this, real, raw, and unapologetically honest.